Starting in May, band directors Brad and Brian Cooperman began settling on the theme for this year's Marching Huskies halftime show. After months of back and forth, the brothers decided to tribute one of the most influential bands of all time, the Beatles, and started to get to work.
We have talked about doing a Beatles show for several years, but we just weren't sure how to go about it and what songs to pick because there's so many songs. And it's also really easy when you do like a pop show or a rock show for it to be kind of generic, and we're very worried about making a boring show that the audience won't like. So it took us a while to kind of settle in and decide how we were going to go about it.
January, February, we started talking about it and throwing out ideas. March, we start listening to music, I would say, and then usually by the end of March we go, we have an idea, and we sit on it for a week, and then one of us comes in and says we don't like that anymore. We are typically hitting May and going, all right, we need to actually settle on one of the 10 ideas we threw out. And that's sort of where it goes from January until May.
There are 3 movements, and we do Hey Jude for a little bit at the beginning, and then mostly Eleanor Rigby. Then we do a little bit of Blackbird and Yesterday. And then we end with Come Together, and then cap it off with Hey Jude again.
Typically we're going to work on fundamentals for the first little bit, whether it's how to march, because even though we semi know how to march at the beginning of the season, we try and keep up with that to progress that throughout the season. Majority of the practice though is spent on either putting the drill on the field, so finding our spots and getting that marked, and then working backwards and going sort of basically one formation to another to learn those transitions. And then once we have either the entirety of the show on the field or a movement or big chunks, we start piecing that together. The biggest takeaway from marching season, I think, is just that the fact that all the students are together. When we're in class, we're separated in 4 different classes throughout the day. So there's a lot of camaraderie within the entire band program rather than just each individual class.